Newsnight, where we go above and beyond the headlines. I'm Ruth Cabal, sitting in for P. Ontiveros. Tonight on the program.
So you were swindling the government, Ms. Mago?
I believe so, Mr. Chairman.
Excuse me?
I believe that is the case, Mr. Chairman.
A major revelation from an executive of the country's biggest COVID-19 supplier, Pharmaly. She admits to tampering medical-grade face shields, which lawmakers said led to COVID-19 infections among health workers. Even after the Commission on Elections offered an additional week of voter registration, senators put the poll body's budget for 2022 on hold. And the world lights up inside for fans of both British rock band Coldplay and Korean pop icon BTS with the release of their collaboration, My Universe. We begin with this big revelation. A witness who claims to be a warehouse employee for a controversial government supplier says their face shields are substandard. Our Amor Santos joins us now. Amor, so can you tell us more about this revelation?
Yes, Ruth, dented and dirty. That's how a whistleblower describes the face shields being repacked at the Pharmaly Pharmaceuticals warehouse. The witness, presented by Senator Rizo Ontiveros, claims he's a warehouse staff hired in August and they just finished repacking 2 million face shields on Sunday. He says he decided to speak up because on top of anomalies uncovered in previous hearings, he wanted the public to know that Pharmaly's face shields are also substandard. Pharmaly officials earlier confirmed they have a pending delivery to the procurement service of personal protective equipment or PPEs, which include medical-grade face shields.
Ang ginagawa po namin is nire-repack po namin siya, tinatanggalan po namin siya ng mga certificate na expired, then papalitan po namin siya ng bagong certificate na nakalagay is present year from expired year na to 2020. Substandard po siya, kahit po yupe, kahit madumi, kahit po naninilaw, kahit po basa-basa na po kasi may iba po doon nababasa po kasi gawa po ng tulo sa warehouse.
Crisel Mago, Regulatory Affairs Head of Pharmaly, says their corporate secretary Mohit Dargani ordered them to change the expiration date, but Dargani denied this. He also said he has no idea who the supposed warehouse employee is.
I understand instructions of management. Palitan yung expiry date from 2020 to 2021. Tama po ba yun?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. That is something that I cannot deny.
So you were swindling the government, Ms. Mago?
I believe so, Mr. Chairman.
Excuse me?
I believe that is the case, Mr. Chairman.
The Blue Ribbon Committee approved the motion to put Mago under Senate's protective custody so she can tell all in the hearing. Back to you.
So, Amor, aside from face shields, Pharmaly's supposed overpriced face masks are also being questioned. Did the Senate get to the bottom of that?
Yes, through Senate Blue Ribbon Committee Chairman Richard Gordon said they will again try to subpoena Green Trends Trading. This company is supposedly the direct supplier of these surgical masks, but on their first attempt, the Blue Ribbon Committee failed to subpoena or to serve the subpoena because their registered addresses are fictitious. Gordon again questioned the procurement services transaction with Pharmaly, which only acted as an agent, resulting in the purchase of face masks worth nearly 28 pesos per piece when Green Trends was selling it at only 18 pesos. Ruth.
Amor, senators are also saying Pharmaly was able to do all these because of its connection to former presidential advisor Michael Yang. What else are they saying?
That's right, Ruth. Gordon said Pharmaly got that undue advantage because of its close relationship with Michael Yang. Senators again grilled Pharmaly Director Lincoln Ong on the extent of Yang's assistance to Pharmaly, but he refused to give the exact amount of money Yang lent them. The lawmakers threatened to transfer Ong from Senate custody to the Pasay City Jail for evading their questions. Back to you.
Amor Santos there reporting. After more than a month, health officials say fewer people are now getting sick with COVID-19. In Metro Manila and 3 other regions previously classified as high risk. Does this mean the new lockdown system helped improve the situation in the capital region? And is the worst over? Let's find out from Carolyn Bonkin.
In this restaurant in Mandaluyong City, Ana Clarissa and her staff make sure they follow health protocols, from sanitizing utensils to checking if dine-in guests are vaccinated.
Bumabawi pa lang po tayo nung lockdown. Nung lockdown kasi talaga, sir, mahirap kasi puro take-out, so walang ganong customer.
After 7 weeks at high-risk category, officials downgrade Metro Manila to moderate risk with a negative growth in COVID-19 cases. This means fewer people are getting sick. It's now around 4,500 daily from September 17 to 28, the lowest in a month. RT, or the number of people getting infected by a COVID-19 patient, has been going down since August 12 as well.
A decline in RT means that while there are still more cases being reported, the rate of increase has slowed down.
Once at high risk, now also down to moderate risk category are Calabarzon, Central Luzon, and Davao region, where daily cases are declining. Though lower than previous weeks, hospitals are still packed. Despite slightly improving numbers, the health department says Metro Manila is not out of the woods just yet. It's too early to tell if recent protocols really help.
Marami hong factors that might have contributed dito po sa nakikita nating 2 araw o 3 araw na bumababa ang mga kaso. And one of the biggest factors might be the decrease in the laboratory outputs here in the National Capital Regions.
COVID-19 testing nationwide was down by 5% in a week. In Metro Manila, people tested through RT-PCR daily was 28,000 less than last week. A possible reason why fewer people are testing positive. As of Friday, 1 out of 4 people getting tested have COVID.
Ito ba ay dahilan ng rapid antigen test na paggamit o baka naman talagang wala na po silang case finds? We cannot just attribute to the policy shift. Kailangan pag-aralang maigi.
Metro Manila has one of the highest number of people getting infected on a daily basis, 37 out of 100,000. The goal is to substantially reduce it to below 7. Ana and the rest of the restaurant staff hope Metro Manila is really on its way to recovery because their lives and livelihood depend on it. Carolyn Bonkin, CNN Philippines.
There are over 18,000 additional COVID-19 cases today. Active cases are more than 175,300, excluding data from just one testing laboratory. Over 9,000 people recovered. However, no new deaths were reported due to technical issues with the COVID Kaya system. For the past few days, new reported cases are below 20,000. The health department says it is looking into why there's a recent drop in tests conducted by 7 regions, including Metro Manila. But the figures might soon increase as positive cases detected via rapid antigen will now be included in the official tally of COVID-19 cases. Malacanang announced this new policy earlier today.
Yan po ang ating objective, para maging mas mabuti yung picture natin kung ilan ang total cases natin. Pero syempre, yung mga positibo, subject pa rin po yan for confirmatory tests.
The Interagency Task Force has directed its regional counterparts to monitor the allocation and use of rapid antigen tests to improve the reporting of cases. The IATF has also directed the Health Department to register facilities using rapid antigen kits and to make sure to collect the antigen line list from these facilities. Authorities say the lists and results must be generated and submitted on a daily basis. The Health Department is proposing a simpler and consolidated special allowances for healthcare workers during the COVID-19 pandemic, as the Senate tackles bills that will grant continuing benefits for private and public workers in the health sector. Our George Cahiles has that story.
Exhausted healthcare workers have been clamoring for fair and timely release of promised government benefits in the fight against COVID-19. But it seems their plea fell on deaf ears insofar as the 2022 budget is concerned, something the Senate wants to address. In a hearing, the Health Department presented a simpler and consolidated benefit package based on the risk exposure of healthcare workers to COVID-19. Healthcare workers with low risk for COVID-19 exposure will receive 3,000 pesos a month, 6,000 for medium risk, and 9,000 pesos for the high risk. The department expects the benefit to cover more than 526,000 workers, and this would need around 50.5 billion pesos next year.
This will be really equitable to the work that they do. So we really support and welcome very much this development of stratifying the risk, the allowance based on risk, and also on the work that they do.
Whatever we need for budgeting for this, we can search. It's budget season. I'm sure there are unnecessary funding out there that would best be coursed to this measure.
But for Senator Joel Villanueva, it's hard to measure risk exposure.
Even if I wanted to support yung low, medium, high, parang hindi po, I'm not sure if I would agree with the basis of determining that risk, because I believe that it would depend on the surges.
A health worker also could not help but call out House lawmakers for how they treated the medical professionals in a separate hearing. Finance Committee Chairperson Sonny Angara then cracks a joke to make light of the matter. But Senator Richard Gordon did not take it well.
Walang magagalit sa inyo dito. Alam niyo bakit? Kasi nag-log out na si Senator Gordon. Kaya wala nang magagalit sa inyo.
I find that offensive, Senator Angara. Please don't joke about that.
I realize in retrospect it was quite ill-timed given the current events and what the Senate is investigating. So my apologies, Chairman Gordon.
The situation touched a raw nerve in the word war between President Duterte and Gordon, but cooler heads prevailed, with presidential ally Senator Bongo assuring Gordon the president meant no harm in the verbal tussle. Senate leaders say they support measures mandating benefits for healthcare workers and vow to work for their immediate passage. George Cahiles, CNN Philippines.
Coming up on Newsnight, next year's budget for the Commission on Elections is left hanging as the Senate delays talks because of conflicts over extending voter registration. Stay tuned to CNN Philippines.
As Consul of Belarus, my main responsibility was to see to it that the citizens that were in the Philippines were able to get back to their country. With my busy schedule, I discovered MX3 is a big factor in improving our health, and I've been taking it for more than 7 years already. I'm Annette Ablan, the Honorary Consul of the Republic of Belarus to the Philippines.
Mahalagang paalala, ang MX3 capsule ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin pang gamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Bawat patak, may sarap, may lakas, sulit. Red Horse Beer.
When the world was changing for photographic film, we helped change the world as a pioneer of the digital age. In healthcare, we're revolutionizing diagnostics by applying our AI technology. But why stop there, when we can focus our AI and IoT expertise on business innovation, helping tackle some of the toughest challenges in the workplace? When it comes to innovating for a healthier world and a more sustainable society, we'll never stop. Fujifilm, value from innovation.
I have about an hour before my next appointment, so I'm going to stop by my regular auto care center and get the car checked up, maybe even an oil change. Here it is right here. Hi!
Good day, sir. Welcome to Petron Car Care Center.
Thank you very much. I just want an oil change, please.
Sir, you go to Petron Engine Oil Rebex.
You got it. What I love about Petron Car Care Center is they offer a full range of automotive repair and maintenance service, from lubrication, tune-ups, even tire and electrical maintenance and repairs. Any care your car needs is right in here, so it's hassle-free and convenient. Their outlets nationwide have highly skilled technicians who use state-of-the-art tools and equipment to keep your vehicle in tip-top condition. So expect expert solutions to your concerns and effectual service from their staff. So how's it going, Kuya? Good. With Petron's extensive range of internationally accredited lubricants, both mineral and fully synthetic, the Car Care Center over here, which is your automotive fluid specialist, is your one-stop shop for all your lubricants. Now, it's necessary to have checks and regular oil changes because this has a significant impact on your engine's performance. This is why it's so important to use quality engine oils that are designed to provide ultimate engine protection. Formulated with dynamic cleaning technology that promotes superior engine cleanliness for a more efficient and longer engine life, Petron RevX is my top choice. It has an outstanding oxidation resistance to keep your car's engine healthy and perform exceptionally good. First-rate cleanliness, protection, and maintenance, it's all guaranteed here at Petron. Petron, may kasabay sa lakbay.
Gumagaan ang inuman pag sunbiglay.
Hoy, musta? Ako, stressed sa work, kaya ini-imagine kong nasa beach ako.
Pagtapos ng mabigat na araw, mag-inuman with friends and sunbiglay.
Ulitin natin to. Ang alin? Imagine?
Hindi, mag-inuman! Sunbiglay!
Welcome back to CNN Philippines. The Senate held hostage the 2022 budget of the Commission on Elections. That's after the poll body refused to extend the voter registration period. Our Melissa Lopez has that story.
30,000.
A scolding from senators. That's what officials of the Commission on Elections got in a budget hearing. The supposed 3-hour meeting began on the wrong foot with a faulty slideshow. And hardly was the poll body able to present its budget proposal as senators immediately zeroed in on the tug-of-war to extend the voter registration deadline.
I would like to support the COMELEC, but in this matter of voter registration, the rights of voters come first. Voting is the bedrock of any democracy. And this is anti-democratic, to say the least.
Senator Frank Drilon raises a possible illegality in COMELEC's decision, citing a 1996 law that allows registration up to January, or 4 months before Election Day.
What you are insisting on is a clear voting suppression rule. Sa akin po, labag sa batas ang inyong ginagawa.
But COMELEC just wouldn't budge.
Mawalang galang na po talaga. 1 week lang po talaga ang kaya naming ibigay. Oo, yun lang po. Kasi mahirap mag-commit your honors na papalpak kami in the end.
COMELEC Chairman Sharif Abbas said the Commission will automatically grant the week-long extension as a compromise to bills in Congress for registration to last until end October. He added preparations for the May 9 polls could be severely delayed. Senators bargained with COMELEC for a second day. Their new demand, a 3-week reprieve from October 9 to 31, giving way to the filing of candidacies, similar to deadlines for the 2013 and 2016 polls.
Kung kaya nyo noon, siguro kaya nyo ngayon.
Even COMELEC's targets for new registrations were questioned. Senators say setting a 4 million goal is too low against 12 million Filipino voters who may be displaced. Over 63 million Filipinos will be eligible to vote next year, with more lining up daily hoping to cast their ballots in May. On Friday afternoon, spokesman James Jimenez announced top-level COMELEC officials will meet next week to discuss if a longer registration period is doable and by how long. The Unbank's decision is expected on Wednesday, just a day before the September 30 deadline. Melissa Lopez, CNN Philippines.
Former Senator Bongbong Marcos says he is very close to announcing his 2022 national plans, but he did not disclose which position he will gun for. The kilusang Bagong Lipunan, a party founded by his late father Ferdinand Marcos, nominated Bongbong as its presidential candidate. The former senator was thankful and overwhelmed by the support, but did not clearly accept. The nomination, however, is gaining mixed reactions from various groups and netizens. The kilusang Mayo Uno opposes the move, saying any member of the Marcos family should not hold a government position. KMU says giving them a platform is tantamount to revision of the country's history. A group composed of martial law victims and peace and freedom advocates, among others, echo the same view. The campaign against the return of the Marcos and martial law, or KARMA, describes Bongbong's possible run as a mad attempt to evade accountability for their crimes and promote historical lies. On social media, this netizen supports the nomination and calls on the former senator to accept it. He also urged Bongbong to, quote, make the nation great again. But for this Facebook user, why vote a seasonal politician? He claims Marcos only makes noise for the polls or for his electoral protest against Vice President Leni Robredo. A look now at other developments ahead of the 2022 polls. Opposition coalition Isang Bayan is set to reveal its standard bearer by the end of the month. Convener and retired Justice Antonio Carpio says they're still consulting with members. Among those being considered are Vice President Leni Robredo, former Senator Sonny Trillanes, Manila Mayor Isko Moreno, Senators Manny Pacquiao and Panfilo Lacson. Carpio hopes those who already declare their presidential bids can still agree to have a single opposition bet. Former Senator J.V. Ejercito confirms he will seek a return to the Senate in 2022, despite the possibility that he would again compete with his half-brother, former Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Ejercito placed 13th in the 2019 senatorial race, while Jinggoy ranked 15th. Ejercito says he hopes to move past the sibling rivalry issue, vowing to focus on the implementation of his pet measure, the Universal Health Care Act, if he wins. Another aspirant for the Senate next year is Bayan Muna chairperson Nery Colmenares. The human rights lawyer and activist ran for the post in 2016 and 2019, but lost. It's all systems go for a new elevated expressway set to rise on the banks of Pasig River as the project breaks ground in Pandacan, Manila this morning. San Miguel Corporation touted the Pasig River Expressway as the country's first green and hybrid expressway, along with a 95 billion peso investment. Also called PAREX, it stretches over 19 kilometers, starting from Radial Road 10 in Manila to C6 Road in Taguig.
It will help allow seamless travel across different modes of transport. Our vision is for PAREX to have multiple use to further decongest our cities and provide commuter a faster, more efficient and affordable systems of transport.
SMC President and Chief Executive Officer Ramon Ang adds PAREX will feature a bus rapid transit system, dedicated bike lanes and pedestrian walkways. He says he hopes PAREX will provide a future-ready solution to traffic as well as restore the old glory of Pasig River. Several groups, however, are up in arms against possible harmful effects of the project to the river, but Mr. Ang clarifies PAREX will be built on the easement of Pasig River and will not cover the major waterway. Still ahead on Newsnight, a much-anticipated music collaboration between K-pop and rock has already been topping charts after its release today. Details when we return. Stay tuned.
Nagsimula sa isang pangarap.
Ako na po, ma'am.
Ika'y tutulungang ibahin ang buhay na nakasanayan.
Naka 24 months ka na sa pag-ibig. May panghulog na ako sa motor. Uy, bagong motor!
Gagawa ng hakbang para mapaghandaan ng forever.
Ka, ha?
At harapin ang bukas ng may maaasahan. Simulan mo na ang forever mo ngayon. Fund your forever with Pag-ibig Fund.
Register today.
For my babies, only vet-approved Nutri-Chunks puppies. The only one with active boost and prebiotics na Pampalisto. Made with real meat with essential nutrients to help them grow strong and healthy. Happiness! Listo, ganado sa Nutri-Chunks puppies.
Bank of Commerce. What we are is personal banking, where we understand that every deposit is your hard-earned money. Every loan is for good reason. Every service aids in your convenience. Every business of ours is meant to grow yours. We hear you, feel you, and we act on your every banking need. Bank of Commerce, an affiliate of San Miguel Corporation.
When it comes to heroes, kahit kailan hindi nagkulang ang Pilipinas. Mga taong matapang, lumalaban, at bumabangon kahit may kinakaharap na problema. O yung mga tinatawag nating never say die attitude. I'm Cristela Bello, your 2021 Ginebra San Miguel calendar girl, here to show you just how far a ganado sa buhay attitude can take you. Kaya samahan niyo akong kilalanin ng mga taong pwede nating pagkuhanan ng inspirasyon lalo na sa panahon ngayon. Here on Bagong Tapang Stories. Help comes at the most unexpected time from the most unexpected places. And for filmmaker Peter Polillo, it came when he and his wife were struggling to survive during the pandemic. Dati, sunod-sunod ang pag-shoot ng commercials, wedding videos, at iba pa. Pero dahil sa COVID-19, he lost his source of income. Pati ang kanyang asawa na empleyado ng isang manufacturing company ay nawalan din ng trabaho. While others might have given up, Peter did not. Ginastos niya ang kanyang savings. Binenta na rin niya ang kanyang kotse at camera equipment. Tinulungan pa si Peter ng kanyang boss na nagbigay sa kanya ng pagkakataong bumangon. Nagtayo siya ng isang milk tea business at within 2 months, 6 branches at 4 franchises na ang milk tea house ni Peter. Nagbigay si Peter ng trabaho sa mga out-of-school youth at iba pang hindi makahanap ng pagkakakitaan sa oras na ito. He also started the 10 Drinks, 10 Hospitals project na nagbibigay sa COVID-19 frontliners ng libreng milk tea. With just a little bit of help, Peter went from being in debt to being a success story. Everywhere in the Philippines, there's an unsung hero whose story is just waiting to be told. Just goes to show that even in our day-to-day life, anyone can embody that bagong tapang spirit. I'm Cristela Bello, your 2021 GSM calendar girl. See you next time for more stories na nagpapakita na kahit may bagong hamon sa buhay, may bagong tapang sa One Ginebra Nation.
Welcome back. A massive mangrove planting initiative is underway in Bulacan to address the perennial flooding in the province. The program, initiated by a diversified conglomerate, is part of its flood mitigation strategy ahead of its construction of the largest and newest international gateway. Our Tristan Odalo reports.
A break from the urban stress, a peaceful and refreshing scenery will welcome you as you cross the Taliptip River by boat in the town of Bulacan. Less than 30 minutes away from the takeoff point, there lies the Bulacan Mangrove Eco Park, a 24-hectare land that is home to rich marine biodiversity. On Friday, residents, local officials, and the San Miguel Corporation team embark on a journey to plant 1,000 mangrove seedlings.
Ngayon po ay nagtanim tayo ng 1,000 mangrove propagules. Dadagdagan natin yung dati na nating naitanim na 6,000. So, gusto po natin na mapanatili ang kaayusan ng mga mangroves dito.
Apart from being an effective barrier against flood, the Bulacan Mangrove Eco Park has so much potential.
Kasama po sa gagawin natin dito ay ang pagpapaayos nitong kanilang boardwalk dito para yung mga turista po natin ma-appreciate pa rin po at magkakaroon din pala po tayo dito ng nursery para dito na natin kukunin yung mga itatanim natin.
Locals who joined the mangrove planting initiative say this is a good reminder for them on the role of mangroves and the need to look after the environment.
Ang mangrove planting ay sobrang nakakatulong po sa komunidad namin, lalo na po sa Barangay Daliptip, kasi po natataas po nito ang kaalaman ng bawat isa sa amin kung ano po talaga ang kahalagahan ng mangrove o mga bakawan.
San Miguel also eyes to plant more mangroves in other parts of Bulacan, including the town of Paumbong. Thousands of mangrove seedlings were also planted in the towns of Agonoy and Ubando.
Meron din po tayong bubuksan na 80 hectares na Paumbong, San Miguel Paumbong Mangrove Plantation and Sanctuary. 200,000 na mangroves propagules ang ating itatanim at yun po ay talagang malaking mangrove plantation.
It is a commitment to improve the lives of Bulacan residents. It means safer homes, livelihood programs, and stepping up efforts to minimize the impact of perennial flooding. Tristan Udalo, CNN Philippines.
Now, before we go, the long wait is over for Coldplay and BTS fans as the two groups have finally dropped their single together. The lyric video for My Universe was posted on the British band's YouTube channel, and within the day of its release, the collaboration track has hit 7 million views and now tops the iTunes song chart in 62 countries. But there's still much to look forward to, as Coldplay's label Parlophone Records has hinted that the Dave Meyers directed music video will come very soon.
When I'm without you, I'm crazy, child. 손을 잡아. We are made of each other, baby. You are my universe. Just want to put you first.
A closer look at how the song was made will also be released on Sunday through the Inside My Universe documentary. We have 92 days more before Christmas, and that's it for tonight. Thank you for watching. I'm Ruth Cabal for Newsnight, where we go above and beyond the headlines. Happy weekend and stay safe.
RPN Radio